Marcus, you're head of product marketing for the Bentayga. 4 or 5 years ago, you were involved with creating the brief. So could you just give us some detail on what that brief was and how it came about?
Yes, we wanted to create the ultimate luxury SUV. We saw a gap in the marketplace because if you look at other body styles of cars, they're always priced slightly higher than SUVs, and we didn't think that the SUV market had really stretched to the top end as far as it could do. We weren't exactly sure that the market existed, so we produced a concept car in early 2012 to really test that assumption and ask the question, is a luxury SUV the right thing to do, and is it the right thing for Bentley to do? And the answer to that was resounding yes. We know, for example, over a third of our current customers have an SUV in their garage, so they're already very familiar with the concept and what an SUV can deliver for them. So the brief for the car really was to create a Bentley of SUVs, combining both the ultimate in performance that you could get into an SUV and luxury without compromising either of those, but also putting it in a package which is usable every day. A car that can be taken anywhere, any terrain, in any climate.
And you've mentioned that there's going to be priced above other rivals, so it's essentially creating a market in itself. What kind of impact do you think it will have?
Well, we hope it'll be very successful. We predict it will establish the luxury SUV market, and since we really started to test that assumption, you've seen some of the other brands which are our competitors coming into that market, and we welcome that competition. So clearly, brands like Rolls-Royce have announced that they will produce an SUV, and it's great that we're leading that market because obviously being first in gives us a big advantage, but as I say, it also is great to be able to confirm that those assumptions were the right thing to do. We'll see it making a big difference to the Bentley brand. It'll grow our volume significantly, and ideally also it'll bring a lot of new customers into the brand. A younger customer group, probably more females as well.
We've seen with the Porsche Cayenne a similar kind of evolution from the brand, and that's now become Porsche's bestseller. Do you think there's a scope for the Bentayga to become the pinnacle for Bentley in terms of sales?
It will certainly be a very significant contributor to sales. We see it probably contributing to about 40% of our volumes on average going forward. So there's still a very clear role for our current range, our sports cars, our sedans. That will not in any way diminish, and it's all about additional volume, not substituting too much from that current portfolio.
So then, if it's as successful as you're hoping it will be, can you say anything about how maybe the SUV branch of Bentley could expand in the future, or what the future holds for the Bentayga model?
So we're starting with the pinnacle engine, the W12 TSI, but in time we will probably also have a diesel variant, and there will probably be other petrol variants as well as a plug-in hybrid to come. So there's a lot of product action still in plan that still needs to be fully developed through our engineering department and then delivered into the market over the next few years. But beyond that, you could imagine all kinds of other things as well. The platform is very, very flexible, gives us an opportunity in other ways. But at the moment, that's all in our dreams at the moment.
The other rivals who are looking to bring out similar SUVs, then how competitive do you think it will be?
Oh, I think it will be very competitive. I think actually it's very interesting. We look back over the last sort of 10 years of what we class our luxury SUV segment, which consists of the top-end Range Rovers, the top-end Porsche Cayennes, Mercedes GL, etc. And in that segment, if you look back 10 years, the SUV proportion of the complete luxury market was only about 20%. If you look forward to the end of this decade, it'll be about 45%. Actually, SUVs becoming the dominant body style in the luxury market in its entirety.
So obviously there's a big emphasis on this being a luxury car, but it's also an off-roader, and those two things don't necessarily go together. So how have you tried to juggle those qualities?
Well, again, it went back right to the beginning of the project really, and we had to decide how much of an off-road vehicle did we want to make. So again, talking to our customers, what came out was overall, actually they probably wouldn't take their car off-road very often, but they want to be able to know that they can if they want to. And they want to know that when they do want to take it off-road, it'll be very capable of doing so. It's a bit like our GT will do 200 miles an hour. Not many customers do that, but they like to know they can. has actually surprised us in what it can do. It's actually exceeded our expectations. It'll take you in all kinds of different situations which most customers will never ever dream of going into. So that U in SUV now is more about satisfying different lifestyles. We have a host of different lifestyle features for the roof bars. You can take cycles on the back of the car, you can put snowboards, skis on the roof of the vehicle. We have a whole set of different accessories which enable the customer to satisfy their luxury lifestyles. It's packed full of new technology as well, so it moves the brand on significantly in terms of the amount of technology it offers the customer. So it brings us up to date in that sense as well. So it's a very significant product for Bentley.